What's up, everybody? This is MLS Troublemaker here, back doing some more League of Legends videos for you guys today. Instead of doing commentary for With Insanity, today is actually for my brother, MLSA Original. Insanity is not able to do any streaming as of the moment. He had some stuff come up. It's not really any of my business, but he's not able to stream right now, so videos for him will stop until further notice. But I do have my brother who was more than willing to let me do videos for him, so we're going to go ahead and go through with that. He is playing Yasuo today in the mid lane, not the top lane. And if you don't know what Yasuo does, if you have never faced a Yasuo, if you're a new player, then I'm going to go ahead and read off the abilities. If you're a Yasuo main, and you already know what Yasuo does because you one-trick him to the end of the earth, skip ahead like 30 seconds. Yasuo's passive, Way of the Wanderer. Intent. Yasuo's critical strike chance is doubled, but the damage dealt by his critical strike is reduced by 10%. Other half of that passive is resolved. Yasuo gains flow as he moves. The faster he moves, the faster the flow meter fills. When full, Yasuo activates a brief shield after taking damage from enemy champions or monsters. So in other words, like, your first damaging ability to him isn't actually going to do any damage to him. Bullshit. His Q, Steel Tempest. He's just farming up, but his Q, Steel Tempest. First and second cast thrust the sword in a specific direction, dealing so much damage per level. Physical damage to all enemies in a line. Successfully landing Steel Tempest grants Yasuo a Gathering Storm stack. Upon his third stack, Gathering Storm causes Steel Tempest to send out a whirlwind that travels in a line of 900 range and sends all enemies caught airborne. His W, Wind Wall. Yasuo creates a wall of wind with specific range based on level that slowly drifts forward for 3.75 seconds. The wall blocks all enemy projectiles except tower hits. And yes, that doesn't, if I remember correctly, that does include Baron and Dragon attacks as well. Sorry about the volume button. I was having issues I thought was from my phone, but it was actually from just the recording itself. They get fixed, so it doesn't really matter. His E, Sweeping Blade, as you can see him using on screen, just dashes through everything, dealing a specific amount of damage based on level. And his R, Last Breath. Yasuo gains maximum flow and teleports to a nearby airborne enemy. Upon arrival, he suspends all airborne units within a 400 radius of his target in the air for 1 second, while dealing so much damage per level in physical damage to them. Once he lands, Yasuo gains 50% armor penetration on critical hits against his enemy's bonus armor for 15 seconds. So that's just the basic of Yasuo's kit. It's kind of BS. It's just BS. There's nothing really a way around that. Wind Wall is such an OP ability. Against somebody like Xerath, it doesn't do much. Because Xerath only has one projectile ability other than his ult, but I don't know if that is blocked by a Wind Wall. I have actually never seen it be blocked by Wind Wall. Yasuo's going in, sliding in, popping the Steel Tempest onto the Xerath. Gets the tornado up. Boom, misses it, but minions are crashing into the tower, doing a little bit of damage. Just gonna go ahead and let the wave push back out to him. Drop a ward in the river bush. Volibear coming in at full speed. Gonna flip. Dropping the wind wall. Sliding through. Xerath flashes out. Takes a tower hit. Volibear still chasing him down. Drops a tornado, but it's not gonna stop the Thunder Bear. Yasuo gets dropped. Sona picks up kill onto the Tristana in the bot lane. Misfortune gets dropped as well. Misfortune is actually up already, okay. Without the ability to move across the screen, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on where. But Xerath looks like he's going to back. Doesn't have much HP left, so that's probably the smartest thing for him to do, considering he's got a full HP Yasuo coming right at his face. And Illaoi into Nasus. Nasus can stack off of her tentacles, but it's still a pretty even matchup. It's more of a skill matchup. Whoever does better just will probably win that. Doggo in the background being loud. Hits a tornado but does not engage on the ult. Dropping the Steel Tempest, getting some Fleet Footwork stacks on him. Getting a little bit of HP regen. Got his passive back up. Pops the Q. Lands the tornado, but does not go in with Last Breath. Dashes out. Barely misses the tornado that time. When playing Yasuo, you gotta wait for the perfect time, just to kind of, you have to wait for the perfect timing to be able to, just to do anything. You gotta have good mechanical skills to be able to kind of play his full combo at his fullest potential. Let's see what goes on here. He is just locked down, not getting, has to flash out. Volibear sitting there, boom, picking up the kill with the tornado onto the Volibear. Xerath not being able to do much, doing a little bit of damage, but misses the tornado, so I think he's just going to probably stand back here. Shield gets dropped. It's looking like he's going to go for another back. He does have almost 1k gold, so he can pick up his Zeal, he can pick up boots. Looks like he's going to go for his boots. Yep, picks up his mercs and a couple of pots. Just waiting for his HP to finish regenning. Kind of a slow lane as far as things go. Nasus just standing there taking the damage from Illaoi in the tower. Like it's nothing. He's tanking it. If I sound sick, I was sick and still quite a bit congested because of all the rapid weather changes, so there ain't much you can do about that. Shield gets dropped. Just kind of dashing through everything. Takes a little bit of damage. Drops the wind wall on the auto attack. Boom. Knocks him up. Does not engage off that though. Just under tower a bit too far. Hits him with a tornado. Gets the Fleet Footwork stack. Right here is where Xerath messed up. He stepped too far outside a tower and gave him the perfect ability, perfect chance to ult. Just stepped too far outside of that tower range. There's a perfect chance for him to go in and ult. He did blow his Ignite, it looks like. If it was an Ignite he had, I don't remember. That's what I mean. You gotta, with Yasuo, you can play all in and just go in level 3, get a kill. But that's not always the best thing. That's not always the best way to do things. Sometimes you have to wait for the opening before you can do what you're trying to do. Like there, Yasuo or Xerath stepped just on the outside of his tower's range. Perfect chance for Yasuo to engage, use his ult, and get the kill. Nasus getting out by the skin of his teeth. Gonna go ahead and take this back. Picks up the Zeal. Looks like he's going into the Phantom Dancer. Good, that's a good, very good first ability for Yasuo. Gives him the attack speed he needs, gives him a lot of crit. I mean, he's got 40% right now. We all know how Yasuo works with crit. It's just a necessity with him. Some people's like, oh, it can go either way. With Yasuo, it's a necessity. Xerath just standing there. Just standing there, taking the beating. Udyr flashes over the wall. Yasuo's like, nah, I'm not going to chase this. There's no point in chasing this. Gonna go back into the lane, farm it up, push the wave out. Walking down into the jungle. Looks like Xerath stuck around, which realistically isn't the best idea for him. Gonna go. Xerath's coming back onto his tower, trying to defend it. There's not much left there to defend. So, hitting the tornado, but not taking the chance on the last breath. He does have a lot of HP, but he does not have enough to fight out tower. And as Xerath. Checking around on the map, seeing if he could probably make any plays, or just checking up. Xerath takes that advantage of him just standing there to land an ability. No chance of him sidestepping out. Landing that tornado on him, getting some stacks on it. Ults in off of this. Boom. Qs, auto attacks. That's a dead Xerath. He is putting him on a killing spree. It's crazy. He went from 1-3 to 3-1 like it wasn't anything. A lot of Yasuos, they get behind a kill or two, and they just completely fall off the map. You know, he's showing that he's actually able to play this champion. By being able to come back, even though it was just one kill, and it's easy to come back from just a kill. He went from 0-1 to 3-1. And a lot of players today can't really do that, especially in lower elo. They get killed and they think it's the end of the world and that the game is over and their lives are over and their League of Legends careers are over, and they're so over dramatic with it when they don't need to be. Legit, if you get killed early game, don't stress it. What you do? 1, sidestep Xerath ult like a beast. Looks like he's gonna take a fall here. Flashes out, just barely getting out alive. But anyway, legitimately, if you get a kill behind, if you get dropped early game, don't let that get a hold of you. Because then you're going to tilt yourself. You're going to get tilted yourself, which means you're going to start playing worse, which means you can start dying more. Then your team's going to start complaining about, oh, he's feeding, report him after the game, he's feeding. And on all intents and purposes, you are feeding. You're tilted all to hell, but you're feeding. You might blame it on your feeding, but at the same time, it's your fault. You get 1 kill down, 2 kills behind. Don't think of it as the end of the world. Play back, farm up, and come back when you have a couple of items. Or wait till you start team fighting. I've seen I've had 80 carries. I'm a support main. I've had 80 carries who got 2-3 kills behind. They're like, you know what? Let's just play back and wait till late game. And that's exactly what we did. We played back and we waited till late game. And you know what happened? They ended up getting very fed, and we ended up winning those games because they took a second to kind of recompose themselves. So if you get behind, just recompose yourself. Don't let it get to you in the first place is even better. Volibear is charging down this Yasuo. It's a 2v1 situation. I've seen him do situations like these before. There goes in the Leona. He's going to go over to that blasting cone and boop, over the wall. Looks like he was going to go around behind, try to see if he can make any plays. And then got hit with that vision plant, whatever it's called. And just kind of walk back in the lane. Xerath's coming up. Boom, misses the tornado. Gonna go ahead and kind of back up here. Let the wave come to him. Let Xerath come to him. He's got a better chance of being able to pick Xerath up, to pick him off if Xerath comes to him. If he's trying to fight him under tower, although yes, he could do it. He does enough damage. It's just not recommended. There's now nobody defending this tower. That tower is going to drop. Xerath is here. Boom, boom, boom. Gonna have to walk out. Slide, slide. Boom. Picks him up anyway. That damn bear. Flip. Slides right through him. Tornadoes him. Yep. Volibear is just going to go ahead and back off of this one. Not going to take the chance of something happening. Talking a little BM in the chat. That's my boy. Always talking BM in the chat. He's going to go ahead and go after his Infinity's Edge. Actually, when I first started playing the game, back in, the beginning of Season 4, I didn't really read the items and what they did, right? I just bought the ones that I heard were good on said champion. So I never actually read the name for Infinity's Edge. I always thought it was Infinity Zedge, because I just didn't care when I first started playing. And that's probably one of the reasons why I had such an issue climbing before, is I really just didn't take the chance to sit down and learn a champion. Like, if you go look up my match history